Hey you guys, it's Britt. Tonight we're here to talk about Kendal Rich. She is yet again showing everybody how absolutely unhinged she can be with some of these what she considers controversial takes or hot takes. This is just appalling and cruel, and it's going viral on TikTok. She had an opinion on the Aubreigh Wyatt case, and since I just covered that case a couple days ago, I figured let's go ahead and cover this because people that make videos like this deserve to be called out, and I'm glad to do so. I've talked about Kendal for years on my channel and all of the nonsensical BS that she has done on all of her platforms, and here we are again. So if you're interested in hearing what she had to say about Aubreigh and her mother, Heather, then please keep watching. Guys, so as a very obvious disclaimer, I think that most of us can agree that there's really no right way to grieve. When you suddenly lose somebody and you know, whether it's sudden or kind of expected, there's no way to feel in control of that situation unless you're the one that did it. Then obviously that's a whole different conversation. But when it comes to losing a child, a parent, a sibling, a friend, an uncle, whatever, there is no textbook way on how to grieve that person. Some people laugh through the pain. Some people cry all the way through it. Some people cry behind closed doors. Some, whatever. For Kendal to make this video and act as if she's standing 10 toes down on this and then do the typical BS of shutting off comments and then clapping back and telling people how you're upset for no reason is just very Kendal of her, might I say, because she's done this before. So I know her shtick, and this is low even for a child exploiter like Kendal is. So we're going to watch her first video. I think that there are 4 now that she has posted. Comments are off across all of them. So let's start at 1 and then go on from there.
The whole really, really sad situation with that poor little girl that, eyelashes, yes, I have a filter on, about that poor little girl that committed. I'm learning more about that story and been watching the mom's, I think her name is Heather, her TikToks. I don't think she has an account anymore. Anyways, just been watching things and learning about that horrible situation, and it is absolutely devastating. Like, I cannot imagine that family. It's I can barely think about it. I really can barely think about it. It is so tragic. And that poor, precious, sweet 13-year-old. I mean, I have a daughter almost 1 year older than her, and I can't imagine, and I can't imagine what led her to that, and it's just heartbreaking. Okay.
We know a lot of what led her to that, Kendal. So if you're trying to act as if you are familiar with this case, that tells me that you're not very familiar with it, because if you were, then you would have known the things that led her to the point where she unfortunately felt like that was her solution to her being bullied. But let's keep going.
Hear me out before you judge me and you come at me and you attack me and all the things. But let's just hear me out. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, or if I'm reading into this. But the mom is giving me weird vibes. And the first time that I ever watched a TikTok with her, or about with her, first time I watched a TikTok of hers, I just got a weird sense. Okay, a weird feeling. I can get that about people. A lot of times it's right. Sometimes it's not. I hope I'm not.
Guess what? And people have gotten weird feelings from you your entire time on social media, and you have shown them exactly why they get those weird feelings. You don't have to watch very much of their content to figure out that Kendal is a rage-baiting lunatic who uses her kids for content and acts as if she wants to hear other people's opinions, but then shuts comments off. She had the audacity to say your thoughts question mark, and the comments are turned off on all of these videos talking about Aubreigh. She is a hypocritical idiot.
Wrong in this situation, and I can't imagine I can't imagine going through that. And I think you think you're going to cope a certain way, and you never know how you're going to cope in that kind of situation. All I know is a year out from that, I'd still be in therapy. I'd not even be able to discuss that publicly. I wouldn't even be able to talk about it. I couldn't even speak.
Okay, so you're saying that you don't know how you would handle it, and you acknowledge how painful, tragic, and awful this situation is, but then you're going on to say, oh, well, I would do this, and I would do that, and I wouldn't do this, and I wouldn't, like, you are literally writing the script for how to be a hypocritical moron.
That situation without uncontrollable sobs. This is if I'm not in an institution in the corner, like literally on watch, because I don't even know how I could even process something so horrible. I have questions. I've seen some TikToks where she's laughing, and again, everybody copes differently, so I know that. I can't imagine how you then, and if that's how you have to cope, okay, then all the love and grace to you.
Okay, if that's the way she needs to cope, then why is this video even being filmed? Why are you ranting on and on and on about, oh, I would do this and I would be in this situation, and then you're judging Heather for the way that she is processing her trauma and her grief.
But I just have a weird feeling. The laughing, retelling the story, like that's just an odd way to cope. That's just hear me out. Also, like, if I thought my daughter, if I heard one of my kids telling me of a situation of such awful bullying, first of all, I'd pull my kid from the school. I would be very aggressive and fast with how I handled that kind of situation. Like it just, and I've seen some text messages between her mom and her that I thought, it's not how I would handle it. I don't know. Nothing can prepare you. And don't come at me like it's not her mom's fault. No, of course it's not her mom's fault. Sorry, Steph came in. Actually, he's 13. He's her age. I can't imagine. Oh my gosh. I'm not saying that it's anyone's fault other than, it's just an awful situation. And these girls, and that, like, I don't know who was bullying her, and just something's weird. Something feels weird to me. Anyone else? Anyone else? I don't know. Let me know.
No, nothing is weird. You're just being a judgmental bitch, which is very on brand with Kendal. So you're saying everything is so weird, and you don't know who was bullying Aubreigh. But then she goes on to say how the minors need to be protected. That is so funny coming from a family vlogger that has used her children to be able to become a full-time content creator and literally sit on her ass, and all she does is go to Starbucks, go to Target, do a Disney trip, make some TikToks, and she has used her children in this capacity for years on YouTube. And obviously it has spread to other platforms. So you don't know what you would do. You are shouting at this other grieving mother as to the things that she is doing wrong that are weird or give you a weird feeling. Take your feelings and shove them. Let's go to the next video. That first video has 841,000 views. The second one has 578,000.
Y'all can come at me all you want to, but I'm here to tell you there is more to this story than you are hearing and seeing. And I'm not going to share about it right now, but just know that I've been talking with someone who is very, 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 very close to this situation. And you guys are being fed some lies. So that's all I'm going to say. So you can come at me all you want to, but
Well, number one, nobody can come at you because all your comments are shut off because you are a typical coward. Secondly, I don't believe for a second that she is close to anybody that knows anything about the Aubreigh Wyatt case. I don't think that she has insider knowledge. I don't think she has insider detail, because the first video was very much a clueless take on what a mother is doing to grieve the sudden loss of her child at the hands of bullying. That was a clueless take, a judgmental take, and now you're saying that you are talking to someone that's very close to this case. I don't believe a word that Kendal Rich says.
I mean, really, in the end, the truth does come out. The situation is sad altogether, and it is heartbreaking and devastating, and I cannot even imagine being Heather. I cannot imagine losing a child like that.
Can't imagine this, can't imagine that. I don't know, I can't imagine. But I'm going to go ahead and be the most judgmental witch that you have come across on TikTok discussing the Aubreigh Wyatt case. Please.
But the story isn't adding up because there are a lot of things being left out. So that's all I'm going to say. Good night. You guys can, say all you want in the comments. Hate me, unfollow, all the things. But I will always be open-minded, and there's two sides to every story. That's all I'm going to say.
Listen, when a child has lost their life, that is not the time to say, oh, well, there's two sides and the mom's acting weird and blah, blah, blah. This is giving me a weird vibe. This is literally a 13-year-old child who made an irreversible decision because she was bullied for so long. 4 years. Do you know how long 4 years feels like when you're a child? 4 years feels like your entire lifetime when you're a young kid. And she went through it for 4 years. And for Kendal Rich to point the finger at anybody in this situation, aside from Aubreigh's bullies, really shows exactly the lack of compassion and intelligence that this idiot has. This one says follow up.
The internet is wild, you guys. Wow. Whew. There are some angry people on this platform. I'm not surprised, because the moment that I ever say anything that kind of goes against the masses, it's World War III, and I'm so scandalous. I'm the worst person on the planet, because I don't think people have been taught how.
No. It's not going against the masses. It's just that you're dumb. And you have really dumb videos that you put out, and then you try to stand on them, but then you cut the comments off. And this time it just so happened that you are picking on a grieving mother, and most of us are on the same page. I realize that not 100% of people, but I would say the majority of people are on the side of Heather Wyatt deserves to have her voice heard, and Aubreigh deserves justice. That is where most sane people are standing. And then you have other ones like Kendal Rich. And then she gets mad when people tell her how dumb she is.
How to have like an adult conversation with someone when they don't think like everybody else. And then you guys go to bullying. How ironic is that? How hypocritical is that? And bashing and saying, how could I? I'm the worst person ever. Just because I said, hey, let's make sure we're getting all of our facts straight. Let's make sure everything is as it seems. Because what you guys are forgetting, there are 3 other children involved in this.
No. You weren't talking about getting all the facts straight. You were judging Heather for laughing and saying that you got a weird vibe. You weren't talking about let's get all the facts straight. You were judging her for her way of creating content around the tragic passing of her child.
That
you guys aren't considering. If you are being advocates for children, then it's not coming across that way, because there are other children involved in this. So you better make darn sure that all the facts.
We know that you're not an advocate for children because you have used your own to build a bottom line, to build a brand of It's Our Life, so that you and your husband could sit there and make content and know that it would allow you to sit on your ass and go to Starbucks every day and do Apple Store hauls and take your kids to Lululemon. Oh, anything my kids touch, I'll buy it. All of those stupid videos, that's what this one thinks of as content. And now she wants to sit on her high horse and point at a grieving mother. How dare you?
Straight, all the facts are facts and true. That's what I'm coming on here and trying to say. And also, if I were coming on here and saying the opinion that you agreed with, you guys would all be like, good job, thank you for using your platform.
Again, you weren't talking about getting facts straight. You were pointing your finger at Heather Wyatt and saying how her laughing was weird. It was odd. Oh, I couldn't imagine doing da-da-da-da-da, but Heather is laughing and I think that's weird. That was her original video. And that is what caught everyone's attention and enraged a lot of people, including myself. I couldn't believe when I was watching these videos last night. I couldn't believe how stupid Kendal could be. And that's coming from me, where the bar is very low for people like Kendal Rich. And I couldn't believe that she was not only making one video, but making multiple videos, telling everybody how, oh, I was just trying to do this, and even though you're being a big old hypocrite and your comments are shut off and you're upset that people are now calling you out.
For something like this. But the moment a big creator like myself comes on here and says something a little different than what the masses are saying, all of a sudden I'm not allowed to speak on it. All of a sudden I can't use my platform for that. But I can use my platform in a way that aligns with what you believe in. But the moment that I use my platform in a way that doesn't align with what you believe in, how dare you? How dare you use my platform? But I'm going to use my platform in any and every way that I feel called to. So if other people can talk about the situation,
because most of us understand that pointing the finger and judging and shaming a grieving mother who lost her child to bullying, we realize that's wrong. Nobody is saying, oh, all of our opinions have to be exactly the same. That's not what anyone is saying. But to be so judgmental and so obvious that you were pointing your finger and telling everybody you're over 1 million followers, how Heather Wyatt was weird to you, that is not okay.
And you can't censor me. You're censoring me. You want to censor me because I don't agree with you. That's gross. That's immature. That shows your level of thinking. All I'm saying is, you guys need to make sure that you are really comprehending and understanding.
Kendal has also taught her children to be homophobic, transphobic. She has taught them to basically do whatever it takes to get attention, whether that be in real life or on social media.
Trans people will always exist. Ask me about my pronouns. Gender fluid. Tastes like love. Kitchen queen. Just be you and feel the love. I'm proud of you. Always. Live, laugh, lesbian. Takes all kinds. Tastes like equality. Super queer. Not a phase. Queers take care of each other. Queer, 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 queer. You are exactly where you need to be.
I don't see a lot of good values that she has passed on to her own kids. So let's not talk about how you're using your platform to things you feel called to do. You use your platform to do whatever is going to piss people off and get you attention and a few extra bucks.
Understanding the full picture, because there are things that you don't really know about. There's a lot that I don't know, but we should all be able to share how we feel, and it's not that controversial. It's not that like catastrophic to actually have a different opinion. You guys are wild in your thought process, and then immediately you go to, oh my gosh, how could you bash Heather? Why am I bashing Heather? I'm saying things aren't adding up, and I can say that. And that's
it is catastrophic to rip apart a grieving parent in the manner that she did. That is catastrophic.
okay. We should all be making sure that we're getting all our facts, because there's 3 other children involved. If we're being child advocates, we want to protect all children. We want to protect all children from bullying. Listen, I don't like mean girls. I can tell you, trust me, I don't like mean girls. But there's other children involved that you guys are forgetting about. Make sure your facts are straight, because we also need to be being thoughtful of the other girls involved, whether you think they're bullies or not. Let's make sure everything is as it seems.
Now, I have said, and I said in my video that I did on Aubreigh, I don't agree with doxing, because I would rather see justice be served for her bullies in the court system. I don't agree with if somebody thinks that they have figured out where these bullies reside. Like, I don't agree with doxing. I never have. I want to see justice be served, and I want to see Heather's social media reinstated so that she can continue to be an advocate and share Aubreigh's story as a way to spread awareness of bullying that happens with very young kids. Aubreigh was 13 when she passed. She was dealing with this for 4 years. It literally started in the 4th grade. And just the fact that bullying in the 4th grade has become such a normal thing really breaks my soul, because like literally these are kids that are in elementary school and they can't even go to school and not be bullied. That to me is so tragic.
But like, you don't want to do that. You don't want to think about that. You want to just go on TikTok, and here's what TikTok is telling me, so I'm going to believe what TikTok is telling me. That's where we're at now. And here's some things you guys all on the internet have been saying. Heather's been censored. Heather, she's not allowed. Her TikToks were taken down. But do you know why? Do you even know why? She got a gag order by the court. Number 1, which was concealed. She shared that. That's illegal. That's contempt of court. Like, she could be in big trouble for that. She wasn't supposed to share that. Do you know why she got the gag order? Because she doxed all of the girls, all of the families. Addresses, numbers were leaked. Like, you can't do that. I get you're upset.
No, I never personally saw Heather doxing numbers, names, addresses of the bullies. I didn't see that. If that did happen, please tell me down below. However, that also does not discount the fact that Kendal Rich was being extremely toxic and hateful towards Heather, who is a grieving mother. And it's disrespectful, it's dishonest, and it's just another slimy way for Kendal to get the attention that she craves so deeply.
You're trying to figure things out, but you can't do that. You can't do that. So that's why. So if you want to know why she can't be on social media and talking, it's because she did those things. She leaked numbers and addresses. Like, you can't do that. Okay? Again, nobody's winning in this situation. A child lost her life and a mother lost her child. There's no one winning here. It's an awful, sad situation. The whole doll situation, the doll thing, the summer before, the girls made that doll as a joke to scare an Uber driver. That was not a doll at all used in the way that it's being portrayed. And that video was not shared. There was no video made after her passing. So there's a lot of things that...
Now here's the thing with the doll thing. I need to go back and look at the screenshot of the timestamp, so on and so forth. My understanding of what I have seen is that doll video was shared after Aubreigh's passing. When somebody inquired on how did she pass, that was the answer that was being spread around social media. But now, we're on a completely different playing field now. Kendal is trying to decipher what evidence is right and what evidence is wrong and blah, blah, blah. Like, all of this started because you were being hateful towards Heather Wyatt. And now you're over here trying to say, oh, well, evidence this, evidence that. It's sad. Nobody is winning. Yeah, we already know that. So why would you come on TikTok and try to drag Heather Wyatt and then get upset when people came for you?
Are a little different and are being told differently is what I'm trying to tell you. And so we just really need to put our thinking caps on and pay attention and really be mindful of the young girls that are involved. So when people are it's funny because, not funny, but when people are making these TikToks and sending death threats to these girls, I'm like, that's a little hypocritical. I don't really understand if you're anti-bullying, but you're doing that. But we just need to make sure that it is as it seems. And you guys are losing your minds.
No, you were being told that because that's exactly what you did. So let's not try to discount what that original video was, because all of us saw it for the face value that you put it out as. And then you got upset when people called you out.
Which is insane to me. Insane to me. So, I may turn these comments off, but I'll definitely, if they get ugly, report them. I've been reporting other things and I've seen accounts getting taken down. I've seen just things like comments, you can't comment anymore. So don't comment. I'm going to take them off because we're not going to have World War III in my comments. That's just dumb, because that's not the point of this.
So it's giving, I'm allowed to have an opinion, but you're not allowed to leave comments because I find them offensive, even though my entire social media presence, especially what I had to say about Heather Wyatt, was extremely offensive. But y'all are offending me, so I'm going to shut my comments off. Kendal, please, for the love of God, what a disaster she started with this.
Let's get to this. Heather said on her TikTok, the mom Heather, that she was unable to share the names because she's an adult, they were minors. But her, if you go to her daughter's TikTok account, her name is Taylor, she will share that information with you. So, came from your mom's TikTok. She said, we can ask who they were. Was it Molly Michael Taylor, who is Aubreigh's sister? Not so sure about Molly Michael, but Molly Noblet, I'm not really sure how to say her name, I'm sorry if I'm saying that incorrectly, was a main bully. She is also the one who slapped Aubreigh, which there's more to that whole slapping story too. So, anyways, so yeah, her mom is sending people to her daughter's account to then dox all those girls. So,
All right, so two things. Kendal, for wanting to stomp up and down and say how much she wants to protect the minors involved, just reshared this screenshot that shares the main bully's information. Secondly, trying to say that there's more to the slapping photo. I put that picture in my other video, which will be linked down below, to try to say that there's more to that story. You were saying that this girl that was being bullied was physically assaulted, took a photo of the assault, and you're trying to say there's more to that story? The girl is dead. Why are you sitting there and trying to discount the assault that she went through while she was still living? She also put out a video this morning that is now deleted. I will insert that in between because she went and basically tried to clap back at people that were advocating for Aubreigh in their hometown's Facebook group.
Let's talk about some comments. And I had a good laugh, so maybe you will too. Hold please. Okay, she turned off her comments. I seen this yesterday, how she was saying crazy things She turned off her comments. Okay, let's see what else. Right. I commented on all her other videos, letting her know about herself. She's a coward. They're gonna get good, just hang on. But these comments are giving like nosy neighbor type vibes, like the ladies that just peek out of their windows and like report stuff on Nextdoor, you know. Anyway, funny. Okay, report every video for misinformation or bullying. Yes, I have been, because she cannot be serious. She doesn't even live here. I don't. Okay, she's another troll for clout. And Maggie is like agreeing with that for sure. And then, oh, this aggressive phone, didn't like that. That part, Catherine is like, really likes that part. Yep, using this family to make money for you, blah, 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 blah. Wow, Catherine. I love this one, Destiny. She has her comments turned off like a chicken shit too. Maggie agrees. Blair, did you think this one through? Reporting all her videos for minors because she is exposing the minors' names. Jalen wants her 5 minutes of fame. I commented and told her she was dense and insensitive, and she turned the comments off shortly after. She wants to take credit for me turning definitely was you, Jalen, because I definitely remember your comment specifically. Maggie agrees. Wow. Jennifer, I love this. Isn't that Monty's attorney sitting next to her? Who's Monty? Hold on. If y'all watched all her videos, you might have caught this. She is either a paralegal or attorney in with that firm. I don't even have anything to say to that. Oh gosh. And Brittany is definitely feeling the feels with this one, all caps. And I feel like she's yelling, no one should go to her account. She's getting paid. I need my glasses, bro. I don't have my glasses on. She's getting paid for every view and person you send to her page. Everyone, just go mass report. She turned off her comments. What a coward thing to do. Y'all, this is hilarious. This is literally giving, like, next door neighbor vibes, you know, picking up. So funny. This one is amazing. Melissa, good job for this comment. Like, okay, ready? I'm going to make this as nice as possible. This woman, I'm not reading the whole thing, that is just too much, but the best part. This woman was paid by Catherine Noblet to make this post, telling her exactly what to say. This is a fact because this woman, I'm getting paid?
And then this other video says, do better for her. It was released a few hours ago, and she basically, it's a whole word salad of what she just said in the head wrap video that we just watched. I'm not going to waste any more of my life watching the garbage that she is spewing, at least today, because it's embarrassing and it's really heartbreaking that somebody that has such a large platform could have really said, you know what, let's make sure that we get the facts straight. Let's make sure the evidence is proper and it's being consumed in a really fair manner. That would have not been a hot take. That's fair. You know, let's see what the evidence says. Let's make sure that, you know, facts are right. Let's hope that justice is served for Aubreigh and for her family. But instead, she wanted to come on and point fingers at Heather Wyatt for laughing and claim that she gave off a weird vibe. That is the problem. So let's not try to rewrite history. We saw the first video. It was not focused on evidence and facts and all of those things. You didn't expect it to backfire and have such a huge explosion. And, you know, you want to act unbothered, but we know that these stupid influencers just, you know, if you're really not bothered by something, why are you making multiple response videos talking about the backlash that you received? It sounds to me like you're not standing 10 toes down because you're making these videos and you're also making sure to shut off comments. That's not unbothered to me. So Either way, I felt like this was an important video to get out. Tell me how y'all feel about this. Justice for Aubreigh is always going to be first and foremost. And I think it's really important that Heather know that she have people in her corner. And I think all of us are here for evidence and facts and all of the things, because in my heart, I know that the evidence and the facts are going to paint a very clear picture and hopefully lead the Wyatt family to justice for Aubreigh. So focusing on facts is one thing, shaming a grieving mother is quite another, and being a big old hypocrite. But go figure, it's Kendal Rich after all. She is one of the biggest clowns on social media, and I have known of her clown behavior for many years now. But either way, I think that's enough for today. So if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.